Hello guys, and welcome to part 13 of Let's Make an RPG. And today we'll be talking about memory leaks. You might have noticed, or might have not, but we actually have few memory leaks in our game. They're not really bad because we're not doing them constantly, but it's good programming practice to remove any possible memory leaks at all cost. So, first of all, as you can see, we create new grass, new bob, and new SDL setup. That means we need to delete them because memory is used. And I'll show you how crucial it is to delete them. Because, for example, let's just say we have Bob here. And, for example, we'll imagine Bob is, for example, an enemy sprite. And we would have to create him over and over every time we find new enemy. So what would happen if you're not deleting him? Well, we can put it in a while loop. So every frame will create new Bob, and then we'll draw him. If now we run this, take a look at what happens to our RAM. Oops. As you can see, our RAM keeps going up because every time we create every frame we're creating new Bob. Let me close this before it crashes, but as you can see, this could lead to serious problems with your game. Every frame we're creating new Bob, which is loading all those. Let's check sprite.cp, which is loading all those textures, all the textures, and all those variables that are created. Even those variables take some space, like those three. All of this takes space, even though that's a really tiny bit, but the biggest part was the texture, since I'm not sure how big the texture of Bob's texture is, but we can check. And it is 3.31 kilobytes. So it was adding 3.1 kilobytes to the RAM. It was loading each frame, that much memory into RAM because of that. So what's the good way to remove this? Well, we would call delete. You would call delete keyword. So if we would go here and call delete Bob. Now you can't delete Bob here because we will try to draw Bob here, and that would cause the game to crash because the Bob doesn't exist because it's been deleted. So we can delete him afterwards, and then it's gonna run again, and we'll create new Bob, then delete him. So if we go here, as you can see, the RAM doesn't go up because Bob is being deleted every frame, and he's being created and deleted every frame, so there's no memory leaks. Another way you could miss, but you can have still memory even if you're calling delete here, and that will be because you're not destroying, for example, the image or any. If you're creating a new keyword here and you're not deleting it in your destructor, that means there will be memory leak. So for example, we're getting rid of the memory that the image was loaded by destroying the class when delete runs. So in simple words, when we call this delete Bob, it technically runs this constructor as well, which removes the memory of the image. But if we would comment this out and still keep Bob, it would load. It will create Bob. It will load the texture, and it will delete the Bob here, but the texture would still be in memory each time. So if we run it, as you can see, it rises up quite quickly again because the texture is being loaded to memory. Even though Bob is deleted, the texture is still there in the memory. And let's close it before my computer crashes. So memory leaks are a huge problem in games, and you really need to pay attention what is being created and what is destroyed. Even if it's really small memory leak that could cause only like few bits per hour, this could you might not be able to play the game for a long period of time because it will add up over the time. So putting something in loops is an easy way to check if certain class, for example, has memory leak. But so we should get rid of the memory we are using. Since we're creating those three, we should delete them in the constructor here. So once this class is deleted, we would remove the memory we are using. So we're gonna delete those three. Also, we are using memory in main file when we're creating the main class. We're looping and we're returning 0. We're not deleting it. Even though this is not a big deal here, since it will never create two of them, but it is still good program practice to delete them. So we're removing the memory from CMain. And hopefully at the moment this program is free of any memory leaks whatsoever. There could be still a few I missed, but I don't see anything that could cause any memory leaks, and I hope now... Oh, right, that would be memory leak. And I hope you've learned about memory leaks, at least a little bit. And I'll see you on next tutorial, which will be on controls. We'll be able to control Bob and move around.